Hello and welcome to Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. Today we're flying to Seoul, South Korea in Premium Select on board one of Delta's flagship A350s. Our journey begins at Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, the central hub for air travel in the state of Minnesota. The airport isn't particularly busy ahead of today's flight, with the usual flow of passengers meandering through the airport's central mall. Hidden away up an unassuming staircase in Concourse D is something for the aviation enthusiasts out there, the airport viewing deck. The viewing area is quite small with only a handful of chairs, but it's super quiet and provides a fantastic view over Concourse C and runways 12 left and 30 right. Although the airport includes 131 gates across 2 terminals and 8 concourses, Terminal 1 is by far the largest, housing 117 of the 131 gates and 7 of the 8 concourses. Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport is also home to the U.S. Air Force's 934th Airlift Wing and the 133rd Airlift Wing of the Minnesota Air National Guard. While I'd love to stay and enjoy the airport movements a while longer, we do have a flight to catch. Over at gate F14, boarding has begun, with our boarding group called right as we arrive. Scanning our ticket, we can head down the jet bridge to meet our Airbus A350-900. We'll be flying today in Premium Select, one of Delta's 3 premium cabins and one of 2 offered on their A350s. Our seat for today is 20J, a window seat in the first row of the cabin. While the boarding process is a little chaotic with an entirely full flight, the cabin crew comes by to welcome us on board and to provide a welcome card for today's flight. The welcome card includes information about our seat, amenity kit, snacks and drinks, with the back listing out today's menu. Over the course of our 13-hour and 45-minute flight, we'll be served 2 main meals and a mid-flight snack, with lighter items available throughout the journey. The boarding door closes about 20 minutes after we enter the aircraft, pushback beginning right on time. It's a super quick taxi out to runway 12 right.
Delta 171 Heavy after departure and turn left heading 105 runway 12 right, cleared for takeoff.
105 on the heading, Delta 171 Heavy, cleared for takeoff.
Our Trent XWB engines spool up and away we go.
Delta 171 Heavy, flighting 105, contact departure. We'll see you.
Departure, Delta 171 Heavy, heading 105.
The climb out of Minneapolis is clear and smooth, our A350 ascending high above the clouds. Passengers flying Premium Select are treated to a suite of premium amenities, including noise-canceling headphones, Delta slippers, and a premium amenity kit. The headphones are fine, they're decently comfortable, but their noise cancellation isn't better than most other over-ear options. The slippers, while a neat addition, are quite thin and way too small for me to wear. The amenity kit is where we'll find the really useful stuff. Included in the kit is an eye mask, Delta socks, lip balm and hand cream, a toothbrush and toothpaste, and a pen, all contained in a stylish someone somewhere bag. The first service begins as we level out at our cruising altitude of 38,000 feet. The cabin crew comes through to offer a selection of drinks and a light snack of cheese biscuits ahead of our full meal in a minute. Both Premium Select and Delta One are served by a dedicated flight crew, all of whom are fantastic. Being a premium service, Premium Select beverages include complimentary beer, wine, and spirits. For our meal service, I went with my tried and true rum and coke. Our main course today is the roasted chicken breast, which comes served in a smoked tomato sauce with a side of Parmesan risotto, green beans, and onions. A small side salad, sourdough flatbread crackers, and chocolate cream puffs for dessert complete the dish. The other choices for today's flight are spinach ravioli or a Korean beef short rib. Additionally, meal selections can be made online or through the Delta app up to 24 hours ahead of departure to guarantee you get your choice of meal. Meals can also be chosen the good old-fashioned way by asking on board, but each option only has a limited number of extras. As with all of Delta's premium dining experiences, each meal service includes proper dish and silverware with a white tablecloth draped across our tray table. Starting off with the salad, it's super fresh and comes with a bottle of oil and balsamic vinegar for dressing, a great way to start the dining experience. The sourdough crackers are quite dry and bland, though that may have been the altitude talking. The main course is tasty, but as with the sourdough crackers, is also a bit bland. The chicken is cooked well, but the smoke of the tomato sauce is quite muted, as is the parmesan of the risotto. It's definitely a filling meal, but I would have been happier with the Korean short rib. Dessert is the same for all meals, and it's delicious. The cream puffs are light and fluffy, the cream inside rich and decadent. With the meal service completed, let's take a look at these incredible Premium Select seats. Delta's Premium Select cabin is operated in a 242 with 6 rows for a total of 48 seats. Each seat offers an amazing 38 inches of pitch and 18.5 inches of width. Our bulkhead row adds another 1.5 feet to that 38 inches of pitch, the wall in front just barely within reach. With no seat in front, the seat back pocket has been mounted to the bulkhead, which is quite far away from many passengers. It's also super rigid, making the storage of personal belongings here nearly impossible. Speaking of storage, all bags must be stored in the overhead bins for taxi takeoff and landing, as there's no seat in front under which to store them. I did find you can tuck a few smaller things in the corner, but larger items must be stored above. The tray table in all Premium Select seats is stored in the armrest. Pulling up on the latch releases the table, which folds out across the seat. The opposite armrest includes the seat controls, IFE remote, outlet, and USB port for our seat. The remote includes controls for the entertainment system, an attendant call button and light switch, with a full keyboard on the back for in-flight messaging. While I appreciate the outlet, its placement isn't ideal. I found that because it points towards the seat, larger wall bricks would intrude on the seat space, and I would often knock the charger out without knowing. On all normal rows, the outlet is located between the seats in front, so this is only an issue for the front row. The central armrest also includes a small flip-up section with storage beneath, inside of which is the headphone jack for the in-flight entertainment. Speaking of, Premium Select seats feature large 13.3-inch entertainment screens. The one for our bulkhead row flips up out of the central armrest. Delta offers a wide variety of TV shows and movies, and plenty of information about your flight. Above each row are the standard reading lights and air gaspers. One of the key selling points of Premium Select is the added adjustability to each seat, which includes an adjustable leg and footrest in addition to the usual seat back angle. On the inside of the armrest are 3 buttons. From left to right, the buttons control the footrest, leg rest, and seat back. While they look fancy, the movement of the seat is not powered, requiring a bit of effort from the passenger. Starting off, the leg rest extends out from beneath the seat, stopping at around 30 degrees. Flipping the footrest out from the leg rest creates a surface on which we can push to extend the footrest down to the floor. Finally, the seat back reclines about 30 degrees to match the leg rest, which is considerably farther than standard economy. The seat upholstery features a quilted leather pattern, the Delta logo embroidered on the headrest. The seats are thick, plush, and comfortable, making for a very pleasant trans-Pacific flight. As we wrap up our seat tour, the lights of the cabin dim so passengers can get some rest. On a 13-hour flight, we'll be arriving at what would be the middle of the night in Minneapolis, so any sleep is welcome. To help Premium Select passengers get some shut-eye, Delta provides a thick memory foam pillow and a plush blanket. Using the two to get comfortable, it's time for a bit of shut-eye. Which didn't last long, so I watched a couple movies instead. About halfway through the flight, the cabin begins to smell like pizza, and soon our mid-flight snack is served. The snack is not nearly as formal as the first service, the pizza twist served preheated in its box. Drinks are still available during this service, and this time I went with the gin and tonic. The pizza twist is fine, it's super greasy, but the cheesy flavor is pretty good. While the lights are on for the snack service, we can crack open the window shade to take a look at the world outside. At this point in the flight, we're at our northernmost point, our A350 cruising over Alaska. Below, the waters of the Cook Inlet reflect the sun up through the low cloud cover. The A350 is Delta's flagship aircraft, entering service for the American carrier in October of 2017. The A350-900 is 219 feet 2 inches long, with a wingspan of 212 feet and 5 inches. Each A350-900 has a maximum range of 8,100 nautical miles and a cruising speed of 590 miles per hour, or Mach 0.89, at an altitude of 43,100 feet. The view outside our window is filled by one very large blue cylinder, one of the A350's Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines. Each engine produces 84,200 pounds of thrust for a combined thrust of an incredible 168,400 pounds. As is the case with long-haul wide-body engines, the Trent XWBs are huge. The intake fan diameter sits at a whopping 118 inches. For comparison, the fuselage width of a Boeing 737-800 is 148 inches, just 30 inches over the intake diameter. And that's just the fan. Including the engine cowling, the size gap shrinks even further. If you get hungry between meals, snacks are available for the taking in the galleys of the aircraft. The selection includes a mix of items, including crackers, cheese, nuts, occasional fresh fruit, and small prepackaged cakes. The cabin crew also comes through every hour or so with a snack basket. I've found the chocolate cookie squares to be delicious, plus I snagged a chocolate bar for later. Bathrooms for Premium Select passengers on Delta's A350 are found just in front of the cabin, though there are a total of 8 throughout the aircraft. The bathrooms on board A350s are very nice. The sinks are a bit temperamental, but the water temperature can be adjusted, beside which we find soap, paper towels, and tissues. The bathroom is very clean, and while it's small, it's certainly a great facility. And of course, we can't help but get a little sneak peek at the Delta One suites while we're here. The hours tick by as we cruise in the sky, the time accelerated by the mix of movies and sleep. A quick look at the in-flight map shows us just about to cross over into Korea, and cracking open the window, we see the coast of South Korea extending towards the horizon below. Even from 30,000 feet, the evidence of Korea's railway progress is clearly visible. Down below, the Gyeongbu high-speed line cuts through the mountains, its straight lines allowing trains to reach a top speed of 305 kilometers an hour or 190 miles an hour. Our attention is taken away from the window as the final meal of our flight is served. Passengers are offered 3 choices, with the options today including a 3-cheese quiche, French toast bread pudding, or Korean cold noodles. To get me in the spirit of our destination, I went with the Korean noodles and a cup of coffee. The dish is delicious. The noodles and cucumbers are cool and refreshing, the kimchi tangy and spicy. The main dish is served with a second type of kimchi, Korean radish kimchi, also delicious, Brussels sprouts with soybean paste, and a selection of fresh fruits. A Ghirardelli chocolate square is also included for a bit of dessert. While it's all tasty, the addition of kimchi with kimchi is a bit odd. Both kimchis are great, but something besides the radishes would have been appreciated. All in all, it's a great way to end off the flight and to be ready for a day in Seoul. Our lovely flight attendants come through to clear away our meal, signaling the beginning of our descent into Seoul. As we prepare for landing, it's worth addressing the big question surrounding Premium Select. Is it worth it? As a taller individual who appreciates any extra legroom, this upgrade is absolutely worth it. The 38 inches of pitch is amazing, plus the extra space of the bulkhead row means I could really stretch out and stay comfortable all flight. The premium dining options are delicious. Being served first-class meals without having to pay the Delta One price is a game changer. Plus the amenity kit, high-quality headphones, and comfortable pillow and blanket are all great additions. And as is the case with many Delta flights, the crew were incredibly friendly and accommodating. But like all upgrades on any flight, it can depend a lot on price. For this flight, I paid a little over $2,800 round trip. This includes Premium Select to and from Seoul and Comfort Plus on the domestic flights to and from my home airport in Austin. Now this might sound like a lot, and well, it is, but economy for the same flights came in at $2,200, so for just $300 more each way, I got a larger, more comfortable seat and premium dining. Of course, prices vary by route and time of year, but in my opinion, Delta's Premium Select is absolutely worth the upgrade. The smog of the greater Seoul area soon envelops our A350. The thick layer dissipates as we descend beneath it on our final approach, our aircraft touching down smoothly on runway 34 left. After a relatively short taxi around to gate 238, we can grab our bags and disembark into South Korea. With our journey now at an end, it's time to bring today's video to a close. Next week, we'll be right back here in Seoul to start our Korean rail adventure with a ride on Korail's Mugunghwa intercity service. If you're new around here, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. It's totally free and it really helps support the channel. I want to give a shout out and thank you to my loyal patrons and members. Y'all are amazing and your incredible generosity is greatly appreciated. If you too want your name in the video or just want to support the channel in more ways than one, then head on over to the links in the description below. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks for flying with me, and I'll see you in the next one.